Hey there, welcome back. Today we're diving into 11 mind-blowing psychological facts about women that will tremendously transform the way you perceive the world. Brace yourself, because 97% of men have no idea about these secrets and often face rejection. But guess what? You may become part of the elite 5% who sincerely stand out by understanding these facts. Ladies, this is not just for men. Understanding these facts about yourself will make you magnetic and attractive. Before we delve in, would you do me a little favor? If you're excited to explore these mysteries, hit that like button. It helps us introduce you to a more valuable Stoic philosophy. And if you find value in this topic, type 1 in the comments. If you think we can improve, type Z and let us know how. Now, let's dive into these wonderful insights that will change your understanding of women and relationships. Psychological fact number 1. Women fall in love because of smell. According to a study, if a woman appreciates a man's scent, she's more likely to fall in love with him. The research from the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro indicates that her feelings for him increased by 85%. Women have 50% more neurons in their olfactory bulb compared with men, which makes them more reactive to scents. Knowing how to choose the right fragrance provides you with an enormous advantage in attraction. Stay with me until the end of the video to find out which perfumes trigger the senses most effectively. Psychological fact number 2. Women love men who have their own way. Going too far or being extremely forceful with a lady will almost surely lead to rejection. However, if you give her respect while demonstrating a touch of weakness or neediness, she will be more willing to make herself available. Building trust is important, and it's always necessary to understand her body language and identify the signals or gestures she makes. Psychological fact number 3. Women usually feel something when they are around you, but might not express it. If a woman stimulates your interest, do not become her friend from the beginning. According to research, 68% of women claimed they would think about having a romantic relationship with a man if they believed they could have their way. That's why it's necessary to gently make it clear that you love her from the start. Psychological fact number 4. Women are attracted to men who are pre-selected. A phenomenon known as pre-selection highlights that when other women express interest in a man, he gets 3 times more attractive. This also happens when a man is surrounded by a group of ladies. So, I recommend having female friends and hanging out with them. It will impact how other women perceive you. These female friends don't have to be romantically interested in you. Having them around alone can produce a pre-selection impact, which can stimulate the interest of other women and make it easier for you to interact with the woman you like. Psychological fact number 5. If she teases you, she's interested. When a woman teases you or gives you humorous nicknames, it's an obvious sign she's interested in you and is using amusing behavior to build trust. Women typically express their attraction through body language and teasing. If you are truly interested in her, I suggest playing along and reciprocating her cheerful energy. For example, you could say anything like, "I understand you call me that because you love it. Do you think I haven't noticed?" Psychological fact number 6. Women love men who understand their unspoken language. Women enjoy it when you pick up on their bodily signals, whether intentional or unintentional, because not all men are able to interpret these subtle signals. Women, unlike men, are shy and hesitant to express their feelings freely because they fear rejection. They don't normally expect men to reject them, so they use body language to indicate that they are interested. If a woman makes an intentional gesture to communicate her sentiments, she expects you to respond. If you ignore her signals, she can stay calm and move on. Psychological fact number 7. Women have special concerns with their appearance during intimate moments. They are concerned with maintaining their attractiveness, even down to the design and color of what they wear under their clothing. Rather than staying quiet, compliment her on how attractive she looks during these moments. You'll discover that enhancing her self-worth in this way will encourage her to put on attractive outfits for you, which makes her feel excited about seeing you again. Psychological fact number 8. When a man connects with a woman emotionally, she experiences more feelings. Understanding the emotional complexity of a woman's mind helps boost her pleasure during intimate activities. Women are less physically stimulated than men, and require more mental and emotional stimulation. Rather than being direct, consider using subtle communication to bond with her before anything intimate. Take your time. Encourage her to express her feelings and demonstrate that you truly understand her. This deeper attachment will enhance her feelings for you, but be mindful as it's a sensitive process. Psychological fact number 9. Women usually adore their friends more than their partners. Some women experience more emotional attachment to their close friends than to their boyfriends. Research has discovered that when women leave their partners at home to spend time with friends, they experience heightened emotions, believing their friends won't condemn them and will provide emotional support. This emotional pleasure can be misunderstood for love. It's necessary that you maintain solid boundaries between your partner and her close friends, as emotional betrayal can happen unexpectedly. Psychological fact number 10. Some women accept dates just for free meals. Based on American surveys, 38% of women confess to accepting dates in exchange for food. This emphasizes the intricacies of why a woman may accept to go on a date. Before asking a girl out, make sure she's sincerely interested in you. Psychological fact number 11. When women are distressed, they prefer that you approach them. If a woman is upset or frustrated, she will feel calmer if you listen to her and show compassion. This allows you to understand why she's distressed. Women can be difficult to understand sometimes, but they were created with a natural capacity to feel deep emotions. They have strong positive and negative emotions, unlike men. Surprisingly, some women are even attracted to men who mistreat them, since these emotional fluctuations stimulate them. I'll explain this dynamic more deeply later, but for now, familiarize yourself with the emotional games women normally play. In regard to the first psychological fact, which explains how fragrances can stimulate women, we give a variety of commonly used aromatic essences. In 2017, research tested the impact of jasmine and lavender on a set of men and one set of women. Each woman spent time with 2 men, one applying a perfume without these fragrances and the other applying a jasmine-based scent. Jasmine fragrances significantly boosted the women's attraction to the men. These fragrances can be found in popular perfumes like the renowned French Orphan and Par Basque Eclectic. Thank you for watching the video until the end. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Inconsistent stories behind every smile. Each smile has a story, but can you tell if it's sincere or just a mask? Be careful of those whose stories frequently change. Inconsistent stories frequently reveal a facade that people strain to maintain. Just like chameleons, these people change their stories to match the situation or audience. With time, their tales can change dramatically since they have forgotten details of their deceptions or discovered new stories that enhance their purposes. This inconsistency is not unintentional. It's often deliberate tactics implemented to manipulate or impress others. Inconsistent stories show a lack of honesty. Genuine individuals with real-life experiences might forget small details, but their life stories stay consistent. In comparison, fake individuals commonly get caught in an intricate web of their own deceptions, striving to keep track of their lies. Such behavior can ruin personal and professional relationships, as trust erodes if a person is known to be deceptive. In professional settings, inconsistent stories develop an unhealthy environment in which colleagues cannot rely on each other and leaders cannot make good decisions. Over time, identifying such individuals requires close attention to their words. Habits of inconsistent behavior will ultimately manifest. While being vigilant is not about paranoia, it's important for protecting yourself from manipulation or deceptive behavior. When in doubt, ask for explanation. Frequently, a person telling a false story will find it difficult to maintain the facade under scrutiny. Superficial connection. In relationships, fake people tend to prefer breadth over depth. Their interactions focus more on what others can offer than trust and love. These superficial connections hardly develop into deeper relationships. Even though they may know many people, their relationships rely on superficial exchanges, such as names and job titles, without a deeper emotional connection. They dodge in-depth conversations concerning ambitions or personal challenges. These selfish interactions are primarily to gain social status, professional advantage, or other benefits. Fake people are more likely to flip between social circles, continuously looking for the most advantageous connections. In doing so, they ignore the genuine value of profound, meaningful relationships, which can bring comfort in challenging situations and happiness in prosperous ones. Those who build connections with fake individuals frequently feel used and undervalued, resulting in a lonely existence devoid of true companionship. To spot superficiality, observe trends in how people talk about their relationships. Do they only speak about what other people can do for them? Do they often change social circles? Too much flattery is also a red flag, particularly in professional settings, since it can create a false impression of trust or hide genuine intentions. Fake people may perceive relationships as purely transactional rather than reciprocal, and often engage in flattery to win approval or distract from their lack of competence or dedication. In comparison, true compliments are specific and sincere, focused on real accomplishments or qualities, and are offered without expectations. Understanding the difference between genuine compliments and flattery is crucial in spotting individuals who may be trying to deceive. Lack of empathy. Another common attribute of deceptive people is their incapacity to empathize. A hollow heart cannot sincerely connect with others. Those who lack empathy commonly show indifference to the feelings and needs of other people, focused entirely on their interests and goals. This detached attitude is a severe red flag in both personal and professional relationships. Issues with empathy and celebrating other people's successes. People without empathy may neglect others' emotional well-being or fail to support them. In extreme situations, this lack of empathy can contribute to manipulative or toxic behaviors, as such persons overlook the implications of their actions on others. This tendency is particularly detrimental in personal and professional relationships, stifling the creation of strong, meaningful connections. One-sided relationships can develop when the needs and feelings of one person are frequently disregarded or undervalued. In the workplace, a lack of empathy can develop an unpleasant environment where colleagues feel undervalued and misunderstood. To understand a lack of empathy, one must observe how people react in different circumstances. Do they show genuine concern when other people are distressed? Can they really celebrate other people's successes without making it about themselves? Do they show empathy and perseverance at difficult moments? Answering these questions can help determine whether someone lacks empathy, which is an essential aspect of healthy relationships. Manipulative behavior. Strings are for puppets, not humans. Fake people usually manipulate others for personal gain, sometimes neglecting the emotions and well-being of those around them. This manipulative behavior is an intentional approach of controlling or manipulating people to achieve their own objectives, and it can take various shapes, ranging from subtle emotional manipulation to outright exploitation. This behavior is fundamentally selfish, demonstrating full disregard for other people's autonomy. Manipulators frequently have a profound knowledge of human psychology and use it to their benefit, employing guilt, force, or deception. This kind of manipulation is particularly dangerous since it typically goes unnoticed until serious damage has been done. Victims may feel lost, guilty, or even accountable for the manipulator's actions. Manipulation can create harmful dynamics in relationships, resulting in a loss of self-worth and personal agency. Being aware of and handling deception in both personal and professional contexts is essential for preserving healthy, respectful relationships. Understanding these strategies and taking preventative measures can help prevent the detrimental effects of manipulation and build connections based on mutual trust and honesty. Fair-weather friends, the fakes get going. Fair-weather acquaintances or co-workers are those who only show up during positive times but disappear when difficulty occurs. This trend of regular absences during challenging situations is a clear sign of unreliability. Such people are ready to celebrate a success, yet are noticeably absent when the assistance is truly needed. The harm resulting from that behavior is not only in their absence at difficult moments, but also in the establishment of a false sense of dependency. Their unreliability can cause friends, family, and co-workers to feel abandoned and deserted. In relationships, it can contribute to feelings of loneliness and betrayal, while in professional contexts, it can interfere with team dynamics and hinder progress. Over time, identifying such people requires careful attention. It is crucial to determine who remains loyal and reliable during difficult circumstances, as true dependability manifests itself in adversary instead of ease. Excessive self-promotion, a spotlight that never dims. Fake individuals are often selfish and constantly seeking attention. Therefore, they prefer to inflate their achievements. This obsessive self-promotion is caused by an intense desire for validation and admiration. These people usually manipulate situations to keep focus on themselves, disregarding the successes or contributions of other people. Admiration. Overconfidence. Some individuals desire admiration rather than demonstrating genuine confidence or a strong sense of self. They typically have an overinflated sense of importance and believe they deserve continued recognition and praise. Such behavior can be problematic in both personal and professional situations. In personal relationships, balance can be lacking if a particular individual's demands and accomplishments continually take precedence over everyone else's. In the workplace, extreme self-promotion might result in an unhealthy environment, damaging cooperation and teamwork, as one person strives to stand by all means. Recognizing excessive self-promotion needs careful attention. How do people talk about themselves and their achievements? Do they constantly dominate conversations? Do they exaggerate or create things to look more successful or significant? These tendencies might indicate excessive self-promotional behavior and inauthenticity. Trusting your instincts. Trusting your instincts is an effective instrument for detecting authenticity. Usually our instincts sense inauthenticity before our minds can understand it. Subtle hints and irregularities can trigger an intuitive feeling, regardless of how our conscious mind is trying to ignore or rationalize them. However, it's necessary to remember that instincts are not perfect. Biases and past encounters might influence them, so while it's wise to listen to your gut instincts, they must be balanced with reasonable thought and observation. If your instincts tell you somebody is deceptive, take a step back and observe their behavior calmly. Look for connections and facts that either back up or contradict your initial intuition. Untrustworthy instinct can lead us astray, particularly in complicated social circumstances where our biases and preconceptions play an important part. Developing self-awareness and comprehending these biases can help strengthen and enhance your capacity to trust your instincts. Understanding inauthenticity is essential as we navigate the intricacies of human relationships. Good relationships require understanding and wisdom, and we have explored fundamental characteristics that reveal the genuine nature of people around us. From inconsistencies in their stories to the unreliability of their promises, each sign acts as a guidepost on this journey. However, the quest does not end here. Our channel is dedicated to helping you gain insight into human behavior and relationships. Share your opinion in the comments below. Your story could be a light that guides others to clarity. Let's work together to make the world a better place. Remember, your intuition is your guidance, and your desire to learn is the secret to relationship success. Each click and subscription helps us reach a larger audience and spread information that has the potential to change lives. With strength, you can navigate difficulty. Unfortunately, sadism and jealousy are common behaviors that can stifle personal development in different contexts, including the workplace, social groups, and even families. As a result, learning not to show your vulnerabilities can transform you into a tree standing strong in a storm. The trunk stays firm while the leaves flutter and the branches sway. This image indicates silent strength. We will discuss the way you can become even more powerful by showing that you are not influenced by external or internal challenges. Each challenge is an invitation to become like the tree. Not by overlooking the storm, but by choosing not to allow the rain or wind to drag you down. You will learn to master your destiny, staying firm, strong, and tranquil. In this video, we'll explore 15 Stoic principles from Epictetus, the famous philosopher. I also encourage you to embrace self-awareness, where genuine strength stems from the silent illumination of the path rather than the noise of thunder. In the coming minutes, concentrate on this topic instead of daily distractions. 1. Prepare to fail. The only means to progress is to try impossible things. According to Epictetus, being considered an idiot is not something to avoid, but instead an opportunity for improvement. It allows you to progress professionally. Overcoming difficulties is a long process of trial and error, not a quick reaction. We build our road to success through continuous effort. 2. Remember that death awaits. This principle does not encourage negativity. Instead, it reminds us that death is the final destination of all of our actions. With this insight, we should consider whether it's wise to spend many years of our precious life savings on anything that cannot accompany us. Embracing this perspective helps us make greater use of our time and perceive difficulties in a more realistic light. 3. Listen twice as much as you talk. God gave us 2 ears and only 1 mouth for a purpose. This design encourages us to listen more than we talk. Epictetus suggests that we should not fall in love with our own voices, but rather develop by acquiring knowledge from the voices of others. Starting right now, pay more attention to what people around you say and less to your own speeches. 4. Always be prepared for the worst. Anticipating unpleasant conditions can lead to tremendous anxiety. We worry about multiple potential difficulties, whether connected to our children, employment, relationships, or income. Epictetus recommends a drastic but effective strategy. Assume that everything you're scared of has already happened. This mentality helps reduce anxiety by tackling the worst-case circumstances head-on. 5. Devise coping tactics. As you move forward, stay vigilant of the threats to success. The wealth that we seek often involves the risk of attracting those who may take advantage of our fortune. The threat to fortune comes not only from external resources, but also from within. Develop techniques to deal with these issues while keeping your head held high. 6. True wealth and contentment. True success lies in a contented soul. Epictetus explained happiness through the philosophy of Stoicism, highlighting that an intelligent individual does not worry about what they lack, but rejoices in what they have. Having complaints about what is lacking just burdens us and hinders us from appreciating our successes. By focusing on gratitude for what we accomplished, we find genuine fulfillment beyond material possessions. 7. Learning with humility. To effectively learn, one needs to practice humility every day. Epictetus advises us to recognize our ignorance and embrace learning with the wonder and interest of a child. Bragging about our expertise separates us from genuine understanding. Acknowledging humility enables us to grow and learn more effectively. 8. Reactions and fate. Understand that your reaction determines your destiny. Even though we cannot control external occurrences, we can control how we react to them. Misfortune may come our way, but our reaction to it is what determines our growth and success. What happens to us is less important than how we deal with it. 9. Forming positive connections. Create connections with positive people. Just as we naturally avoid illness from other people, we should also be careful about negative influences. Epictetus recommends surrounding ourselves with those who motivate us and bring positive energy into our lives. This decision impacts our mental health and general well-being significantly. 10. Focusing on simplicity. Invest in simplicity. Luxury and wealth are alluring, but they also require maintenance. Living simply lowers the pressure of financial responsibility and helps preserve inner peace. Wealth needs continuous effort, but a simple life can bring peace of mind. 11. Performing tasks with diligence. Always carry out your duties. Like the sun rises daily without seeking gratitude, we need to fulfill our obligations without waiting for recognition. Our position is important to both ourselves and others, and performing it diligently is our moral responsibility. 12. letting go of uncontrollable aspects. Stop being concerned about things beyond what you can control. We can control our perspectives, but not our reputation or external success. Worrying about uncontrolled events wastes time. Epictetus suggests focusing on values within our control and allowing fate to tackle the rest. 13. Ignoring despise and criticism. Ignore the people who hate you. Stop hating critics and realize you're stronger than their negativity. Avoid wasting your time on hatred or bitterness. Instead, rise above the criticism and keep your attention on what truly matters. 14. Maintaining control over your reactions. Understand that allowing other people's opinions and mindsets to continue irritating you gives them control over your life. Any person who can cause anger in you becomes your master, but only if you allow them. We hold many keys within us. Some result in happiness, while others result in emotional ruin. To keep control, build a barrier that protects you from others' detrimental consequences. Everyone is accountable for their own actions and words. 15. Valuing real friendships. Friendship is more important than wealth. True friends are a form of wealth because they provide support when material fortunes falter. By building genuine connections, you make an effective long-term investment that will improve your life. Implementing Stoic principles. Stoic principles lead us through life's difficulties with comfort and purpose. Epictetus's ancient wisdom gives invaluable lessons for living an insightful and resilient life. I hope that this exploration of his rules has been helpful.